defenders can keep the mailman from his appointed rounds. He is a certified superstar, and he's attained that status with a complete package of physical talent and mental toughness. Carrying all that plus a catchy nickname, the mailman has definitely arrived.
Uh-oh, get the tape rolling. The mailman delivers.
Carl, you know, in sports, people always come up with a nickname, but I have not ever heard of a nickname that fits any better than yours, the mailman, because you do deliver.
Well, it fits because sometimes I go out and happen to have really good games at times. But I think also it's a nickname that was given to me by a sports writer in Louisiana. But a lot of other teams and sports writers can poke fun at it when you don't. So it's a nickname that's fun sometimes, and sometimes it can cause you a few problems, but I love it myself.
What Karl Malone is hoping to deliver is the first NBA championship for the Utah Jazz. He's been hailed as the league's premier power forward, but it's not a title he bears with ease.
I never want to be considered as a great player. I always want to be considered as a nice person on and off the court with great work habits. And I always try to be the same. I'm no different from anyone else, and I always treat people like I would like to be treated. I'm still the same guy. I'm out of the country, but hey, I can't wait to get back there.
Never one for the bright lights of the big city, Karl feels most at home in the serenity of the country. However, he recently learned of his international appeal when the Jazz played their season opener in Tokyo, Japan. Just think back when you were a kid growing up in Louisiana, you never thought that you'd go to Tokyo, and all of a sudden people were walking around with your T-shirt on, know who you are. Was that strange?
But that was a little weird because, you know, you like, no way people would know who I am over there. They come up with the little basketball cards. They had, you know, the mailman T-shirts on. It gave you a sense of pride and make you feel really good, too, that someone in another part of the world, you know, acknowledge you as a really good athlete. That made it feel, that was really special.
Inside stuff.
Yeah. Inside.
Reaction from around the league. And Malone's teammates jumped all over Portland early.
He'll lead it to Blue, has to wait for it.
But the Blazers showed why they own the NBA's best record. Duckworth from Porter for the slam, and Cliff Robinson says, hey, I can do that too. And the mailman goes home this night empty-handed. To Tinseltown, where the stars came out to see Irvin work some magic.
More Celts back. Magic works his way through.
This time it's magic to Vlade for the spinning reverse. And count it. But Larry Bird wasn't about to take this line down. His triple-double helps Boston to their 6th straight win and first at the Forum in 5 years. And our shot of the night is Mark Jackson's 75-foot halftime heave, but it wasn't enough for the Knicks. And here's a look at the rest of the scores from last night.
And 6-1 D. Brown of the Celtics. Brown was the winner, but in case you missed it, here it is again in Jam Session.
Watch it do this crazy dunk. Look, they're ready to dunk on somebody. I like that. You got it. You gotta get up.
In this edition of the NBA Encyclopedia, Bill Russell's relentless rebounding triggered countless Boston Celtic fast breaks. In 1960, he set a record with 51 rebounds in a single game. But later that year, his arch-rival got special satisfaction out of...
You know, it's my opinion that Wilt Chamberlain was the most dominant player to ever play in the NBA.
You know, I did a little research on that.
MVP of the All-Star game. He had 22 boards. But this week, it was back to business for the NBA, so we begin this edition of Rewind with one last look at the All-Star weekend.
They call him the man of teal.
In Charlotte, they were head over heels about the All-Star game. Well, at least the mascot was. Saturday, a three-pointer's like a layup for Craig Hodges. He pumps in 19 straight from downtown to win the long-distance shootout for the second straight year.
Unbelievable!
Sunday, while the gorilla waves the flag, the crowd goes ape. Then it was Dominique. The human highlight film runs out of film, but there was more embarrassment to come. The shot that could have won the game was stamped out by the mailman.
Without a doubt, the game was over. I'd have been a hero. No telling what would have happened from. He could cost me commercials and endorsements for that.
And I think other than Dominique missed dunk, I think this was the nuttiest play of the week, probably.
Tuesday, it is back to work as usual as Michael Jordan shakes the dust off and then says, 7 rules, I'll take that. KJ and the Suns shoot down the Lakers' 16-game winning streak. He's back. Orlando Woolridge, that is. And so is a slim-down John Williams. You'll have to slim down a lot more than this if you expect to stop this play. Here's Larry Bird. He's back also. Look at this bird's eye view pass.
Pass up the floor to Parrish on to Gamble. Inside the cutter.
Just when things were starting to look up for the Celtics, Kevin McHale out with a sprained ankle. Wednesday, only in L.A. Is this Vlade Divac or is this MC Hammer? To beat the Pistons at home, you need passes like this from Indiana's Reggie Miller. Detroit dropped 2 straight at the Palace. Thursday, love is in the air in Orlando as 105 couples get married. How about this? Joe Dumars. And finally, speaking of Air Jordan, John McLeod decides the only way to stop him is take the ball and throw it out in the parking lot. Trying to find a way to stop Michael Jordan can make anybody blow his top, even
single-handedly carry the Knicks to victory. But what has always stood out about Ewing is how hard he works, and he showed it as far back as high school, both on and off the court. From the time he became the top overall pick in 1985, Patrick Ewing has been the heart and soul of the Knicks. But this perennial all-star first turned heads at Ringen Latin High School in Cambridge, Massachusetts. A consensus All-American as a senior, Ewing applied his famous work ethic to win a place in the 1981 McDonald's All-American High School basketball game.
I wanted to be the best athlete I possibly can, and also, I wanted to use my skills in the classroom to the best of my ability. I would always go to class, try to show up, try to, learn as much as I possibly can.
All-American has been brought to you by McDonald's. You know the one.